the Sadhu as a Japanese person, and now he nodded means moving his head in a agreement. Yes, he is ready to do this work. Sadhu didn't see him again until evening, and this evening he never seen this person in his life. As soon as it was dark, he had dragged the stout boat down to the shore, and in it he put food and bolted water, and he had bought secretly during the day, as well as the two quilts he had bought a the pawn shop. Now here, so finally, all the arrangements as the first plan was didn't work. That the two assassinators will come and they will kill this person. But now here, the another plan was that he had said that he will give him a boat, and in this boat he can draw some other islands, so he can help from the other people, other country people, so he can save his life. But what he required, there is a requirement of a proper planning. So he brought his one boat, a small boat, and which was what happened. He kept food, water in it, and he also bought some two quilts, like he could feel warm by the covering his body by the quilt, as he bought this quilt from the pawn shop. Pawn shop is a kind of a shop where the second hand materials are being sold, such type of things, or even they purchased. Even some channels, these pawn shops shows are telecasted on different channels, where the second hand things people generally buy, and even they have, if their Asian thing is there, if the some precious things they have, they go to this shop and get as much as money they want, if the material, if the substance, if the product is so demandable in the market. the boat is the boat he tied to a post in the water, for the tide was high. There was no moon, and he worked without a flashlight. Now here, and he worked all the things, like now it's a sunset time, and he's still working in the shore. When he came to the house, he entered as though as he were just back from his work, and so Hannah knew nothing. Yummy was here today, she said as she served his supper. Though she was so modern, still she didn't eat with him. Yummy cried over the baby, carried over the baby. She went on with a sigh. She missed him so. And now, today, what was, as usual, he came his house, it looks like that he came from his work as usual, as he generally come to, especially sometime, but this time he came from his evening walk, like after sunset he just walk, just stroll here and there in the shore, to have a peaceful time, with in solitude, in his loneliness. So as usual, as he came, and the dinner was ready, and this time the Yummy was also there, and she was crying, she was weeping, just because of she was so sad that she is leaving the babies, as she was so attached towards them. And the Yummy didn't eat with him because she is so modern, as well as she is so modern, but just because of the hateness towards the American, and these people are involved in this conspiracy, in this matter, so she was little bit of feeling awkward to stay with them, and she will miss these two babies a lot. Who? Yummy. The servants will come back as soon as the foreigner is gone, said Sadhu. Sadhu said. Now here, when the foreigner will go outside, and when he will leave this place, then definitely all the servants will be working as usual, as they were doing in the past. He went into the guest room that night before he went to the bed himself, and checked carefully the American's temperature, like his temperature, his body, everything is okay. The state of the wound, and his heart and the pulse. The pulse was irregular. That was perhaps because of excitement. The young man's pale lips were pressed together, and his eyes burned. Only the scars on his neck were red. Now here, as this was his last time for the examination of the body, as this person is going to leave this place, and now for the final examination, the Sadhu, before going to his own bed, he just reached in the guest room and start discovering. First he checked the temperature as well as the pulses and the heartbeat, which was irregular because of the So he was so excited. He was so happy that he is going to be he is going to escape from this place, from the Japan, and he was so happy. That's why the heartbeat was irregular. And but his lips were, he just uh, uh, put his all lips under his teeth, and his eyes were red, and his eyes were burned. His eyes were so angry, so aggressive with excitement, and the scar, the sign of the injury or the sign of the wound were still visible on his neck, and they were in a red color. I realize you are saving my life again, he told Sadhu. Not at all, Sadhu said. It is only inconvenient to have you here any longer. The soldier said that he is so happy, and he is again regarded him, gratitude him that he is saving his life again. And the sadhu replied that actually, I do not want to leave you from this place, but actually it becomes so inconvenient to be with you here, as well as it's risky for you as well as for us. So sorry for it, and you have to be. Otherwise, you can live for a long period of time with us. He had hesitated a good deal about giving the man a flashlight, and now Sadhu was trying to give him a flashlight. While he was giving the flashlight, Miss Torch, he was so hesitated that should he give the flashlight or not. But he had decided to give it to him after all. It was a small one, his own, which he used at night when he was called. Now here, this torch or this flashlight was actually belonged to the sadhu, and he generally keep it with him, and especially at the night when he is called in emergency case. So he brought this torch to places, to go to different places in the night time. If your food runs out before you catch a boat, he said, signal me two flashes. At the same instant, the sun drops over the horizon. Don't, now here, very, listen carefully. Now here, this paragraph is so important, my dear students. Now here, if the food runs out before you catch a boat. Now, if the food is finished, if your food is finished before catching any Korean boat, so what you have to do, signal me, just give me a signal. Two flash, just blink your flash for two times at the same instant. Or which time? At the same instant the sun drops over the horizon. When the sun sat down on the towards the horizon, in the middle of the land, in the middle of the land, and above the sky and below the earth, like in the middle time, you just give me the two flashlight of the your torch. Don't signal in darkness. Remind this, when there is a night time, don't flash your light, for it will be seen. If you are alright but still there, signal me once. You will find fresh fish easy to catch, but you must eat them raw. A fire would be seen. Now here he is also suggesting that he is giving me, and you also have to tell me that you are okay. And how you will signal me you are okay? By rising, by blinking only signal time. And also you have to eat the raw fish. You can't burn the fire, because the fire, it will light up and you will be easily visible by the far distance. So in the eyes of soldiers, in the eyes of Japanese police, so you will be in trouble. So you just keep this thing in your mind. Okay, the young man breathed. Now finally the young man breathed. He was dressed now in the Japanese cloth which Sadhu had given him. At last, the moment Sadhu wrapped a black cloth about his blonde head. And now here, the Sadhu had given him the Japanese clothes, the traditional clothes, and so that he could look like a local person of the Japan. And also, while he was living, when they were becoming apart from each other, then he had given some cloth to cover his face. The young American man, without a word, shook Sadhu's head warmly, shook Sadhu's hands warmly, like he was just having a handshake with each other, and then walked quietly well across the floor and down to step into the darkness of the garden. And now finally he had left towards the he is going to towards the shore after leaving his place, his house, garden, and now he has reached towards the shore and going to disappear in the darkness. Once, twice, Sadhu saw his light flash to find his way, but that would not be suspected. He wanted until from the shore there was one more flash. Then he closed the partition. The night he slept. Now here, finally, when he reached at the, there is a island. You could see, my dear students, the sadhu is here and the boat is there. Just going straight towards this direction, there is an island. He had shown him in the daytime, as well as you have read in the earlier stage that there were many coconut trees, many palm trees were looking from the far distance, that these were the area. Right now this is not area of the Japanese boundary in the Japanese territory, but it comes in another country territory. But one day these islands will be in the territory of Japan, but now they are not the part of the Japan. So that's why he is highlighting that you reach at this island, and this island is very safe. No one is go there in the dark time, and in the daytime you hide yourself in the islands, because there are so many trees. You can hide yourself, because in the island nobody goes generally. Very far island, people generally go for some work, for fishing. So if the person is going for fishing, then what is the mean to stay in the island? So he is isolated over there. So in just within few days he will be reaching over there, and from gapping the far distance, it looks like you can a person can reach easily in a one day, but it takes a lot of time to reach in this island. And by the flashlight, this is the indication. And now what happened when he reached in this island safely, like when he was moving without any troubles, he just make a one blink of his flashlight, so it shows that everything is going okay. And now he just closed his partition, he closed his house door and going to his bed to sleep. That prisoner, he said with some energy, did I not promise you I would kill him for you? Now, but the old man opened his eyes suddenly. The prisoner, he said with some energy, did I not promise you I would kill him for you? And now you did excellently, Sadhu said. Well, the old man said in a tone of amazement. Now here, what happened? Oh, sorry. We have gone a little bit faster. Sadhu had given him a moment. As he closed the door, that night he slept. Now here, from here. You say the man escaped, the general asked faintly. He had been operated upon a week before, an emergency operation to which Sadhu had been called in the night. Now here, there was an emergency. Sadhu was called to look after this general, and while he was inside the presence of general, in the room of the president, he said that the soldier had escaped from his house, and the general asked faintly, what are you saying? That the soldier had left your place? He had been operated over a week before. An emergency operation to which Sadhu had been called in the night. For 12 hours, Sadhu had not been sure the general would live. The gallbladder was much involved. Actually, gallbladder is a kind of a intestine of our stomach. So it's a pith ki thali. So there was some problem in his gallbladder. So the sadhu said that I was so busy doing some emergency work, so I was constantly busy in some days, and in his own mind, and he was thinking that Sadhu had not been sure that general would live. Now the sadhu was not sure that it's time to be rest in peace, because he is about to die, as the condition of his gallbladder was so poor. Then the old man had begun to breathe deeply again and to demand food. Sadhu had not been able to ask about the assassin. So far as he knew, they had never come. The servants had returned, and Yami had cleaned the guest room thoroughly and had burned sulfur into it in it to get the white man smell out of it. Now here, he didn't ask anything about the about general, about that the two assassination will come and they will kill the man, because the general condition was so poor, so critical. So he just left him, and now when he came back to his home, everything was normal. The servants were again back, came back to his house. They were cooking, they were working their different works, and the Yummy, which was so kind of a girl, or just a type of woman who was so conscious, so superficial type of lady. What she did, she burned a sulfur, and to remove the smell of the white man, burn all the clothes, all the parts which is belong to the white man. Nobody said anything. Only the gardener was cross because he had got behind with his sensed must. Sensed must, my dear students, means is now here. Everything was okay. The only the gardener was cross because he had got behind with his cherishness strength. But after a week, Sadhu felt the general was well enough to be spoken to about his prisoner. And after a week, the general has this prediction, his assumption that the general will live no more after 12 hours. Like he can live more, maximum 12 hours. But now it's been 12 weeks. In a 1 week, he has recovered properly, and now he is trying to ask about or talk about the prisoner. The prisoner, who is prisoner? The American. Yes, Excellency, he escaped, Sadhu now said. He coughed, signifying that he had not said all he might have said, but was unwilling to disturb the general further. But the old man opened his eyes suddenly. The prisoner, he said with some energy, did I not promise you I would kill him for you? Now, he was so feeling hesitate to tell that now, because he could not say that I was involved in this plan to make his escape successful. I have given him boat, I have given him food. He didn't want to disclose this matter to the general. He didn't want any trouble from this side. So he said that that I don't know how he could escape from my house. And now, what was the reply of the general? Generals opened his eyes, and he just say something. What he said? He said that the general said that with getting some energy, that did I not promise you I would kill him for you? He is asking that. The general was asking that, did I give you my words now that I will kill this prisoner for you? You did, Excellency, said Sadhu said. Yes, you said that you are going to kill this person by your supporters, by your two assassinators. Well, the old man said in a tone of amazement. So I did. But you see, I was suffering a good deal. That is truth is, I thought of nothing but myself. In short, I forgot my promise to you. I wondered, Your Excellency, Sadhu murmured. It was certainly very careless for me, the general said. But you understand, it was not lack of patriotism or a dereliction of duty. He looked anxiously at his doctor. If the matter should come out, you would understand that, wouldn't you? Now here, that general said that I have done my job, I have done my work, whatever the promise I have made, I completed it, and now I forgot to tell you just because of I was so busy. I was having a very hectic schedule because I am continuously in a state of unconsciousness, and I just gave the order to my prisoners, my assassinators, and they had done they had done their job, and now I forgot because I was suffering from this problem. Certainly, Your Excellency. Excellency means you are right, you are honorable, said Sadhu. He suddenly comprehended that the general was in the palm of his hand, and that is a consequences of himself was perfectly safe. I can swear to your locality, Excellency, he said to the old general, and to your zeal against the enemy. Now, here the general was saying, the general was so happy, and what he was just saying, the general had shake his hand and just put his hand on the palm of the Sadhu and said that I was very happy to see your patriotism, your moral duty, that how good You think for the Japan that you are always in the favor, and you are always, when you heard that the prisoner, the war prisoner had come to your house, and you are feeling trouble, so you informed me. I really like your this work. I really like your this duty towards the nation, and I really impressed by your work. You are a good man, the general murmured, and closed his eyes. You will be rewarded. Now here, the Sadhu got this appreciation, and the words were spoken by the general, the army general, that you will be also rewarded for this great work. But Sadhu, searching the spot of a black in the twilight sea that night, he was rewarded. Had his reward, that was no prick of light in the dusk. No one was on the island. His prisoners were gone, safe doubtless, for he had warned him to wait only for a Korean fishing boat. Now here, as his reward was, in the eyes of Sadhu, was that his reward was that this person could reach his house safely. That is his desire. And what he was doing that night, he was constantly looking at the shore, looking at the islands, that he could see some light or some flesh, which was the indication, which is a term of passing the signals if there is an emergency of. But so he was just wanted to know, but there was no light, and he thinking that this person has left this place safely and now reach his place, as he had told him that you can take the help from the Korean fishing boat. He stood at the He stood for a moment on the veranda, gazing out the sea from whereas the young man had come that other night. And into his mind, although without reason, there come other wild facts, faces he had known. The professor at whose house he had met Hannah, a dull man, and his wife had been a silly, talkative woman in spite of her wish to be kind. He remembered his old teachers of anatomy, who had been so helpful, or on mercy with the knife. And now, the same night, what he was the next night, or in the evening, he was just looking. He was wandering near the shore and was staring everywhere that the person could not come again. And in his mind, many images were running in the Sadhu mind. Maybe he was thinking about the American, about his teacher, how he met in the house of the teacher, especially with subject of teacher, anatomy teacher. And he was also thinking about the teacher wife, how he behaved, how he's so sort of talkative. Such type of things were going in his mind. Then he remembered the face of his fat and stanley landlady. He had had great difficulty in finding a place to live in America because he was a Japanese. The Americans were full of prejudice, and he had been bitter to live in it. Knowing himself their superior, how he had despised the ignorant and dirty old woman who had at last consented to house him her miserable home. Now here, finally, he was also thinking many things in his mind, that it was so difficult to find out a shelter to live, as he was as he reached in America as a student for studying his doctorate. So there was a Japanese lady, and who gave her house as a rent, or a room, a small room, and it was a so miserable room, and he was thinking in his whole mind. He had once tried to be grateful to her because she had in the last year nursed him through influenza, but it was difficult, for she was no less repulsive to him in her kindness. Now he remembered the youthful, haggard face of his prisoner, white and repulsive. Now here, now he was looking at the woman who was so crude, so bad in the nature, and but it was her kindness that, whether she was rude, whether she was a kind of a prejudiced type of lady who always doubt on others, but finally she had faith on me. She just showed some little bit kindness to me, to allow me to live in her house, as same I did with the white man. As when he came, when I met with him, that he was really in emergency, in a state of doing some help, so I did it. Strange, he thought. I wonder why I could not kill him. But still I'm wondering, still I'm thinking that why I saved this person's life, why I didn't kill this man. So the answer of this question is with you. Why this man, why the Sadhu had many options to kill this guy, but he didn't kill. Why? What is the reason behind it? This is the question for you, my dear students, so you can have your answer by yourself. Thank you so much. Now, there are some questions as well as, so you have to write the answer by your own self. Suppose there are moments in the life when we have to make hard choices between our roles as private individual as well as citizens with a sense of national loyalty. Discuss with reference to the story you have just read. Now here, for example, you know, I was wondering to have a light, a bulb for my car, as the brightness of the light in the darkness was very dim. So I wanted to upgrade this light. What I did, I went thoroughly wandering in the market, but I couldn't find a perfect light which I required. The voltage of the bulb, which has capacity, I couldn't find in the brand, in the Indian brand. So one of the person of the shopkeeper of the car dealers or the accessories dealer, who suggested me that why don't you go to the Chinese products. But and in the Chinese products there are many bulbs which are give so brightness, so light, so shine, so it will be very easy to see you in the dark night outside through your wind glass. But being a patriotism, Chinese product buying is against my heart. If I buy, I was thinking that if I buy this product, I'm doing bad things towards my nation. Yes, I'm paying for it. I'm not taking this product free. I'm paying it. I'll pay the worth of it. But one thing was there that was going in my mind, that wow, yeah, finally I have found the product which I was looking in the market. But on the same side, when I heard this is a Chinese product, that time something was giving me a pressure, putting a pressure on me, that why should I buy such type of things which is come from China, and China is always against for us, always consider an enemy. They play a role of enemy. So, and even the recent incident of Ladakh had given me a knowledge that I should be away from all the Chinese products and have a such type of mindset to not to buy such type of things. So I was there was a conflict between my mind as a playing a role of my individual, and I play a role of citizen, that I have to think about, consider about a moral duty, a right, or some good things. So this type of questions you have make by your own self. I hope you have enjoyed the whole chapter. Yes, I know that this chapter is so long, but yes, it takes a time to explain each and every single line. So that's why it becomes so lengthy. I hope you have understood this chapter thoroughly. Thank you so much, sir.